Hope you enjoy the sport with us this evening. It's a good evening for me from the time being, but the final word from the day from all of our team at Royal Ascot, from Zoe, from Big Mac, but first of all, from Jason Weaver.
Basically, as far as Yates' success, a fourth success in the Gold Cup, was truly tremendous. The girls have been in their finery. It has been a wonderful afternoon. I don't think that there really has been a better afternoon so far here at Royal Ascot in 2009. We've had the juveniles flying, we've had the old guard, and of course we've still got 2 days to go. Can't wait.
Well, so far we've had a fantastic Royal Ascot 2009, but today, Gold Cup day, and Yates' performance always promised to top it all, and it hasn't disappointed. He put up his best performance, I think, to date by winning the unprecedented 4th Gold Cup. He's made history, he looked better than ever, and guess what? He could be back to do it again next year in 2010.
And really back to do it. 5-2 and 9-4 this morning. Ladbrokes the magic sign. They knew they only went 2-1. Clambered down into Earol 6-4 favourite Yates. The best performance he's ever done. 15 lengths back to the 3rd Geordie Lance. He's beaten him twice before, now for the 3rd time. Pat Kai ran a tremendous race. Pat Kai would have won a normal Gold Cup very, very easily, but in the end, we were proud to be here to see Yates and the crowd. They backed him, they lifted him. Johnny Murtagh rode a perfect race on him. A fantastic Ascot Gold Cup that will never be forgotten.
I think punters wanted to get a glimpse of him in the paddock just to feel really confident. They thought he was past it. They thought he was fat and old at Navan, but no, he came back, the supreme champion. He rose to the occasion, not just in his performance, but in his physical presence here in the paddock. There came late support from, didn't there? Plenty of punters latching onto him, and he came back into a rapturous applause. Lots of, you know, he's becoming associated with Royal Ascot now.
I think you were saying fat and old, you're referring to me.
Well,
no, but Yates is an absolute superstar, but also very, very good to see Godolphin win with Flying Cloud. Won the Ribblesdale and really well back to win the Ribblesdale.
It was indeed. Beforehand, I don't know if Frankie was overly confident, but he did point out she got really good form in France, but in the soft ground, but made really light weather of it here. Daughter of Storming Home and powered to victory.
And Radiohead, very impressive in the opener, where Monsieur Chevalier and Yoguru, they had a barging match through, and also a victim of that was Radiohead, but he's still survived a huge bump coming into the last furlong to go and win the opener. And the last race coming up, 66-1, Cosmic Sun. Some relief at last for the bookmakers, but a fantastic day. It's all about Yates. Everybody's talking about it before the race. The whole meeting built round Yates. 4 Gold Cups. I don't think we will ever see a horse winning 4 Gold Cups ever again.
It's been a pleasure to be here, even with you, Mac.
Oh, you were fantastic.
On Ladies' Day, to see history made. Johnny Murtagh holding up the 4 fingers to say this was his 4th win. It hasn't been done before. He held his hands, didn't he, to the sky, to the heavens above, Johnny, after the race. Both the lads that look after Yates were in tears. Johnny had a little tear in his eye as well, and it was a real occasion that makes you feel proud to be associated with racing. It's fantastic.
And we talked to John Magner afterwards. Could go for the Goodwood Cup again to go and win that. That would be absolutely amazing. And a possibility 5-1 with William Hill, favourite next year for the Gold Cup, along with Pat Kai. So the hopes are coming back for the 5-timer. But the whole meeting, Royal Ascot's been fantastic, but over-restoring above everything else, whatever other performances you see, Yates, unforgettable.
It's been the best day, and we'll be back again here tomorrow.
Look forward to it. Join us again on ATR.
Shaving is just one of those things your skin faces every day, making it feel more sensitive.
New Hydrosensitive from L'Oreal Men Expert. Double action, helps soothe razor burn sensation. Protects and hydrates. New Hydrosensitive from L'Oreal Men Expert. The perfect gift this Father's Day.
The future of our skin is in our hands.
Because we're worth it.
In Guilin, China, fishermen use local experts to help them catch more fish. At HSBC, we never underestimate the importance of local knowledge, so we use local investment experts to help your money achieve its potential. World selection for HSBC.
Ever had that feeling that your love life is spiralling out of control? You've made a life-changing decision and promised to organise a make-or-break trip to Rome, and then, at the crucial moment when you absolutely had to book the last 2 remaining flights, you suddenly lost internet connection. And then you realise that was all just a bad dream.
Nobody gives you a better wireless connection than BT Total Broadband. Stay connected. Call 0800 317 316.
Shake, Sinora, shake it all the time.
Get muchas maracas with new Lynx Fever.
Hey, homeowners. Some things are so good you can't help busting moves. Like getting up to £75,000 home contents cover free when you buy more than buildings insurance. And 20% off that too. Twice as nice. What's that, Mr. House? The kitchen sink's covered too. Call 0800 048 0808. That's 0800 048 0808. Don't be a stranger.
At Halifax, we think banks should look after their customers. That's why each month we give our reward current account customers £5. It's our way of saying thank you for banking with us. A little extra help from Halifax.
Ever had that feeling that your love life is spiralling out of control? You've made a life-changing decision and promised to organise a make-or-break trip to Rome, and then, at the crucial moment when you absolutely had to book the last 2 remaining flights, you suddenly lost internet connection. And then you realise that was all just a bad dream.
Nobody gives you a better wireless connection than BT Total Broadband. Stay connected. Call 0800 317 316.
For more reliable racing info, get your daily Royal Ascot pullout, packed with expert analysis, only in the Daily Mirror.
At the Comet sale, save over £160 on this Hot Point washer, now $238. Ideal is ready to take away today. Save a total of £150 on this Acer laptop, now $349. Ideal with a massive 4 gig of memory. Save £100 on this Samsung 32-inch LCD TV, now $399. Ideal with 1080p screen for fantastic picture quality. Comet, we deal in your ideal.
Shake, Sinora, shake it all the time.
Get muchas maracas with new Lynx Fever.
Last year, the UK spent £600 million on inkjet printer ink. Seems like a lot. This year, switch to a Kodak all-in-one printer and enjoy high-quality, low-cost ink. See how much you could save at printandprosper.com.
Have you made a will yet? With a busy and demanding lifestyle, you may not have had the time. But what if the worst happens? Have you thought of the consequences? Probate Solutions are here to help you protect your loved ones with a will that is simple and affordable. A representative can visit you in your own home, providing total peace of mind. So don't put it off. Call us on 0845 871 1073 for a free information pack.
Obviously, Ffos Las running a few minutes late, so if you're with us for the review, hopefully with us for the 9:20 at Ffos Las and the 9:10 at Leicester. But if you're here for the review, that will be underway at 9:45 tonight only. And this is the 9:10 race, the final race coming up from Leicester. Runners arriving down at the start there. 2-1 Zoington from 7-2 for Stuart Williams. No change to his mark after his runners-up spot last time. 5-2 Misplaced Fortune. Dicky Ledavois is 5-1. Hazy 2 at 8. And We Have a Dream is drifting alarmingly. 12-1 from 13-2. Non-runners 5 and 10. Now, the big news from elsewhere this evening is that over at Musselburgh, Darrell Holland has ridden a 5-timer tonight from 5 rides. He's had all bar one of the winners this evening. Didn't ride in the 8:30, but he's ridden every other winner tonight. Bold Mover 11-4, Callisto Moon at 6-4, Ania 4-5, Amazing Tiger 1-2, and Secret Venue 7-4. So the Dazzler, who believes he's had 2 5-timers in the past, has got the 5 up at Musselburgh this evening, so well done to him. Runners loading up here then for this 9:10. Zoington now 15-8 in the betting for our concluding race at Leicester this evening. Looks as though we're only waiting on one more to go in. Here's Malcolm to call the last.
They're off, they race away. 6 furlongs is the trip for the finale. Hazy 2 away well towards the far side. We Have a Dream prominent near side. Just tucking in behind them is Misplaced Fortune with Charlie Delta. Zoington's just behind the pace as well. Gwillem towards the far side is next. Circle Dance follows them through, and a bit outspeeded early doors is Dicky Ledavois in the pale blue jacket, horse and a noseband. Down towards the final 4 furlongs they go. Then Hazy 2 in the dark blue with a pink epaulet shows the way. The red headgear of Charlie Delta. Near side Misplaced Fortune in the red and blue, and further towards this side We Have a Dream in the white with the blue stars and sleeves. Circle Dance trying to pick up in the orange jacket. Zoington, the grey horse, just behind them. Gwillem on the far side in the maroon and white. Plenty of chances here as they go down towards the final furlong and a half then. Out in the centre, Charlie Delta with Hazy 2. Misplaced Fortune near side with Circle Dance. Zoington looking for room behind the pace. Gwillem is kept going on the far side. Down towards the final furlong they go. Up front, Misplaced Fortune with Circle Dance near side. Far side picking up very late. Dicky Ledavois in the pale blue with a noseband. Gwillem is kept going as well. Misplaced Fortune near side. Zoington is lashing through late. Zoington's picked them all up, and Zoington goes on the win from Misplaced Fortune. Gwillem was next, tight for 4th.
William Carson has got himself a fantastic tune out of Zoington here. He gets up very, very late on it around the gamble on this grey son of Symphonic. Getting to Misplaced Fortune, and Gwillem back in 3rd, and job done here. Maybe just a little bit outpaced as they came with about a furlong and a half to run, but he suddenly gets a split through horses over on the far side there, a Misplaced Fortune, and here they are with about 200 yards, 150 yards maybe to run. Late run coming from Circle Dance this time, but William Carson through the middle here on board Zoington, and he's got there to land the gamble, much to the delight of those who got involved. Here's the head-on of that contest. He had run pretty well the other day for Connections when finishing 2nd. Same mark today, mark of 71. And Zoington, a nice winner in the end for those who got stuck into the gamble there. So that's the last race at Leicester. Still got one, of course, to come from Ffos Las, the 9:20. We have another look back at how Zoington has responded here. Coming through to split horses. Gwillem on the far side, or his far side. Dicky Ledavois right over on the rail, and on this near side, Misplaced Fortune, who gets 2nd. Now we got a few results. Let's start with this one. Zoington 2-1 favourite, the winner, beating Misplaced Fortune 9-4. Gwillem 3rd, 16-1. That's the Leicester 9:10. And returns in also from Ffos Las, the 850. Tony McCoy's 3rd of the night, no strings attached. 2-1 favourite, beat Marilyn 2nd, 33-1. 3rd there, Seafield bogey 16 to 1. Tony McCoy does ride in the last, so he could get a fourth winner. He's on number 10, Fongoli, in the final race for Brendan Powell. And the results from Ireland. Last couple of races there this evening. Tipperary and Leopardstown. Tipperary, Our Musician, the winner, 9-10 favoured in the 8:45. The Shepherd, 20-1 was second. The third home, Red Hot Poker at 6-1. And the Leopardstown finale went to the newcomer Drive Time, 14-1. Blackstair Mountain, 3-1 joint favourite, was second. And Time Electric, 3-1 joint favourite in third. Let's rejoin Robert Cooper at Ffos Las.
Well, the first day's racing here at Ffos Las is beginning to come to a close. I can see the sun. There's still a bit of daylight left, but everyone seems to have had a terrific time. It's going to do a bit of investigating and see what people think. Here's a group of people. Ladies, Ffos Las, what's the general reaction? Have you enjoyed yourselves this evening?
Yeah, it's been lovely, really good.
And I mean, do you live locally?
Yeah, we live in Nice.
So would you come here? I mean, was this a good night out? Would you come out again here?
Oh, definitely. If the weather was a bit nicer, it'd be good. It's a bit cold tonight.
And you've got the Ascot hats on.
From last year, recycling in the recession.
All very good to recycle. No point just wearing a hat once. So you've had a good evening anyway.
Brilliant, wonderful.
Good, very good.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thanks.
We'll move on. How have you enjoyed your the first day at Ffos Las?
Very good. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I haven't had too many winners. I just had one just now. But having seen the site in its open cast days, it's a great sort of bit of restoration and back to a race course.
It's quite extraordinary, isn't it, to think, you know, there was, well, just over a year ago, there was nothing resembling a race course here.
Yeah, last time I was here was a big black hole in the ground, really? Sort of 5-10 years ago. And they've done a remarkable job restoring it.
And it's, I mean, it's rather picturesque. It seems to be a really good track, and everyone here has really enjoyed themselves.
They certainly have, yes. And you know, it's been a great night out. The only thing is the wind's a little bit cool, but apart from that, it's been a cracking night.
It'll be tough to go.
Absolutely.
It's going to get colder here, I tell you that.
I know.
Anyway,
Thank you.
I'm glad you've had a very good evening. And just wandering through here, it's great. We're at the side of the stand. There are bookmakers here as well. Everyone's having a good... Have you had a good evening, madam?
Very good, thank you. Really nice evening.
And will you be coming back here to race again?
Definitely.
Have you backed any winners?
Yes, I had one.
There you are. Have you been backing Tony McCoy's winners or not?
My husband has. He's won, so he's done really well.
I'm glad you're happy, and I'm glad you had a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll just move across here. This is the brand new stand behind me that was opened a little bit earlier. And very shortly, there's a big stage there, and there's going to be a lot of music. Oh, look, there's Mick Fitzgerald wandering around. The general feedback is, I'm not at all surprised, but everyone's had a really thumpingly good time here.
Well, I think it is. Everything that it seems to be quite close to hand. They've got bar facilities, they've got eating facilities, they've got everything, and it's all. You can walk straight down onto the course, see the horses, the paddock is just there, so you know you don't miss anything, and I think that's something that a lot of thought's gone into.
We've had a bit of everything, because we had a Welsh winner to get us underway with Evan Williams. AP's had 3 winners, and you know, there's been something for everyone. I think it's been, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, I think it's been a superb night, and you know, I think the omens look good for Ffos Las.
We do. The omens do look good. Thumbs up from Ffos Las.
Now, the next meeting at Ffos Las is Tuesday the 21st of July in the afternoon, which is a flat meeting, but there is actually racing there. Paul from Congleton, Cheshire, tells me on Saturday the 27th, which is a week Saturday, it's an Arabian meeting, and Paul's got horses running there. They're going to come down from Cheshire. He's got 3 horses making the 400-mile round trip down. He says it's an 8-race card, 6 Arabian races, 2 thoroughbred races, so Saturday week 27th, the next racing at Ffos Las, but the next thoroughbred card is Tuesday the 21st of July. Now here's the betting for the 9:20. Key Regard 13-8 from 11-8 here. Charlie Mann's run, and 9-4 is Minder. 5-1 Fongoli. Little bit of money for the McCoy ride. 10's Double Act. 12-1 Fantastic Fred, and 16-1 Bar Those. I've said this a few times tonight. Back to Robert.
Welcome back. Just come here for a second, John Joe, because at the moment you're joint top trainer here. 2 winners. I mean, you obviously like the place a lot.
I like the place a lot, yeah. It's a great track. It's fantastic. It's brilliant
everything is very good about it. Facilities, track rides brilliant, the boys all like it. Fences ride well, and it's a good horses track and a good jockey's track.
What about this man on your right, Di Walters? I mean, you know, it's all thanks to him, really.
Yeah, well, Di made it, built it, did everything with it, really, and in fairness to him, he's done a good job, you know, for once.
Have you enjoyed the evening, Di?
Yeah, fantastic. Really fantastic. It's nice that John Joe, Evan Williams, Peter Bowens, they've all had winners. It's been well spread out on one trip island. It's great.
I've been wandering around the enormous crowd here, and everyone, I've spoken to everyone, and they definitely all be coming back here.
Oh, this will be very, very, very popular. You know, good tracks, and there are a lot of racing people coming here.
You could have a good sort of Welsh festival here, because it's got a festival feel to it, this track.
I do want a festival here. I want a mixed festival. We've got 3 days racing in August next year, and I'm going to plead with the Jockey Club to make it a Galway, some jump and flat racing, and that will keep the crowds here.
And it just seems a first-rate track.
Well, it's a first-grade track. I mean, it's a fantastic track. You could rate it with York, Newbury, Wetherby, Haydock, all them good tracks, like, you know, and it is a fantastic track, Bob, really. You run any horse around here, it's a real nice track, and it's a good galloping track, and as I said, like, it's a jockey's track, really, I think.
Yeah, well, it's certainly AP's track at the moment. Well done to you for your 2 winners, and it's been a great evening. You must be very proud and relieved. So,
well, I am very proud. It's wonderful to just look at and see the crowds there, and I was a bit worried with the roads coming in, and there was no traffic jams. Everybody got here. John O'Neill lost his way. He couldn't follow the brown signs. Apart from that, everything was all right.
Good. Well, it's been great fun, and we've enjoyed being here. Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you, Bob.
Bye.
Yeah, almost at the end of their very first day, a very successful first day at Ffos Las. Still the 9:20 to come, though, of course. 7-4 the field it is at the moment in the betting. So we have a look down the track. Plenty of chances to get there, of course, over the coming months. They've got a big gala meeting on the 28th of August, but well worth checking out the fixtures if you live anywhere within striking distance. Try and get along there. I'm certainly going to make the effort to try and get along there sometime during this year. Play spot return in from Tipperary tonight. If you played there, £46.70 that is paid. 7-4 the favourite here, Key Regard at Ffos Las, just easing out again as money continues to come for Minder at 2-1, 5's Fongoli from 6-1, 8-1 bar those. Check out attheraces.com/Ascot, of course. That's our micro site for the Royal Ascot meeting. Hope you've already had a look, of course. We're 3/5 of the way through, but if not, check out all the stats, all the trends, look at the form, lots of tipping as well, the video preview, of course. It's all there, and it's all free at attheraces.com/Ascot. Now, because Ffos Las are running just a little bit late tonight, the Royal Ascot review will be slightly later for this evening only, beginning at 9:45. Stateside will follow.
Welcome back. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes, maybe. I'm just going to open the gate here. But it did. It's sort of like a pantomime thing. Can you hear me at home? Getting Tomo-esque. Anyway, we're here. The horse is going down for the final race, and the day is nearly over. It's been really good fun.
It has been very good fun, but you know, one more race to go here, and the trainers who haven't had winners, Brendan Powell just chinned in the last race. He provides AP with his ride here this evening with Fongoli, and this one with a visor on, running a visor the last twice he's run. This horse, I think you'll be seeing him fairly prominently. He races fairly handily on the flat. He stays well. AP, his blood's up. He's had 3. He'll want 4.
Did you have a look at him? Does she look okay, Fongoli?
Yeah, looks well. AP's got down to almost his minimum weight here, 10.5. So I think that is a factor as well to be taken into the equation.
I suppose the one with, well, there's not much form to go on, but I suppose Charlie Mann's Key Regard is the one that's probably to be feared by most.
Yeah, but him and Minder, both of them, Minder finished a short head in front of him on that occasion when they came up against Rupestrian at Stratford. Rupestrian, a very easy winner. He's gone on and won again since with a penalty repetion, so the form has a good look to it.
Okay, yeah, Minder and Key Regard meet again. The runners are on their way to post for this final race. The Land Matters Juvenile Maiden Hurdle. It's a 2-miler, and they're heading down to the start. Should we go back to Darrell? Have you got anything else to say, Mick?
Just that Brendan Duke's horses, his horses do look very well at the minute, and the Boat Shed did look very well.
The Boat Shed. It's a great name for a horse, isn't it? Well, it might, well, maybe it's not. Anyway, we'll speak to you again in a moment. They're arriving down at the post.
Just a few moments quiet there, just for a second. 9:20 on their way down then, as Robert says. There's the favourite, Key Regard, who is back into 13-8. Minder slipping out to 9-4. Paul's emailed in. He was disappointed with the Warpath's run in the previous race, which is a little bit of a shame, really, because Evan Williams has had a brilliant night, of course, with 2 winners. And I'm sure, Paul, you might have lost your money on that particular horse. One thing's for sure here. Any trainer with a Welsh connection will be very, very keen to get as many winners as possible at Ffos Las over the coming months, that's for sure. And of course, Evan got the night off into the best possible start for those of a Welsh origin, with Plunkett's winning the opener, the 6:20. Dave says, I remember Ffos Las, or the area where Ffos Las has been built, he says, from many years ago. What happened to the big hole that was there all those years ago? How do they... Oh, Dave, honestly. Little bit of support for double act here, 7-4. Indeed, Evan Williams, the fires on for the first time. There, indeed, to cue is double act going down. He's had just the one start so far under National Hunt rules. Obviously running a little late here for this 9:20 contest, of course. But we can excuse that, I think, day one. Perhaps, I suppose, maybe on reflection, they should have 35-minute gaps. We could have had the last at 5 to 10. I don't know. Probably wouldn't suit those who've got to get back to London, maybe, for tomorrow morning.
No, well, not even going to London. I think wherever you are, it's going to be quite a late night here. That race you were talking about, actually, Mick, the one where Minder finished just in front of Key Regard, it's quite a key race here, that Stratford race, because Gray's Land, Rebel Without a Cause, there are several horses who all meet again here. In fact, the majority of the field ran in that race at Stratford.
Yeah, well, there hasn't been many juveniles, so that's probably the reason why they all ran in the same race.
No, but it's slightly odd, but they all come here.
But exactly, the thing is, there isn't that many races for 3-year-olds at this time of the year, so you've got to take your chance wherever you go, even though you know you're up against the odds, because those horses have already finished in front of you.
Okay, we've got these newcomers. It's still very early days for those. They are circling down there. It's number 11 we can see, which is Gray's Land. Bill Turner, I've seen him here. He's been having a pretty good evening. Top one double act. We can see Evan Williams already with a winner, Christian Williams, visored for the first time, that one. Another one to mention, Jamie Osborne's run a fantastic Fred. Jimmy McCarthy rides him.
Yeah, Jimmy rides quite a lot of work for Jamie Osborne. He's one of his regular work riders, Jimmy, and he does all the schooling on anything that Jamie decides to send hurdling, and normally he sells them, but he's retained this one himself, Jamie, so that he'll know his job. He'll have been well schooled. That was the one thing Jamie Osborne always did when he rode for Oliver Sherwood and Henrietta Knight. Premium on getting the horses jumping.
Well, he's rated 60 on the flat and has his first race over hurdles. Well, it won't be that long. We're just circling behind the tapes, you can see. We can go for a final reaction from Tomo, who's been commentating, the first commentator here at Ffos Las. All yours, Tomo.
Hasn't it? And to call home 3 for McCoy. Can he get a 4-timer here on Fongoli? So this is the Land Matters Juvenile Maiden Hurdle. Massive crowd still here. They seem to have been starved of the racing down here. They've had a great night tonight, and they'll be coming again. So being called in for the final race at Ffos Las on this historic opening night. 1 or 2 a bit keen to go on, so starter saying come back, turn round and come in again. Chocolate Thornton trying to get a flyer there on Minder. Favourite here, Key Regard in the red and yellow colours for Charlie Mann and Noel Feely. Okay, stand by. They're off. They're racing. Here we go in the lucky last. And let's see who's going to take them along. On the far side, Fongoli, Tony McCoy with the blue visor on, the first to go on. The cheek piece is Kierkegaard, the favourite, taking quite a hold. So is Grey Cliff, and towards the stand side, we've got Stafford Charlie. One or two having a look at the first. They're all safely over, the first of the 8 flights. Here they come down the home straight for the first time. The one who's towards the rear is the Boat Shed, but there's a long way to go. And in the cheek pieces, the favourite, Kind Regard, comes up to dispute it with Fongoli on the far side. Stand side in the black colours, Stafford Charlie. Then on the left, Fantastic Fred, who had a bit of a look at that fence, but they're all safely over the second of the 8 flights. So Tony McCoy leads, going for the 4-timer on Fongoli. The red colours, the favourite, Noel Feely, Kierkegaard, and up on the outside, it's Stafford Charlie. On the rails, Chuck Thornton on Minder. In the blue braces, Grey Cliff, and then the black and white double act. Then in the green colours, Fantastic Fred. Behind Fantastic Fred, we've got Grey's Land. Then towards the inside is Rebel Without a Cause, and just the back mark of the Boat Shed, but there's less than 10 lengths between the 10 runners as they swing away from Hus and go out into the country. Final race tonight at Ffos Las, and Double Axe taking quite a hold, and he's pulling himself towards the leaders and now makes a line of 3. Double Act with the visor on for the first time, disputes it. Cheek pieces, Kierkegaard, and towards the inside, that's Fongoli. On the heels of the leaders, we've got Fantastic Fred. On the inside behind this is Minder. Then behind Minder in the stripes or the braces, that's Grey's Cliff. So going down towards the next on the far side, flight number 4 of the 8. So they're coming towards the halfway stage. In the finale, the Land Matters Juvenile Hurdle. On the inside, Tony McCoy, 3 winners tonight. Can he make it 4? On Fongoli. He's just been headed at that by number 1, Double Act. In the cheek pieces, the favourite, Kierkegaard, is settled in 3rd. Then behind this is Minder in the green sleeves towards the inside. Rebel Without a Cause tracks this one. Then towards the outside in the hoop sleeves is Fantastic Fred. Then in the pink checks and the cheek pieces, Grey's Land is trying to get into the picture. Behind this one is Grey Cliff. Behind Grey Cliff, the one who didn't jump that one too well was the Boat Shed. And after being prominent early, Stafford Charlie is the back marker as they swing out of the back straight for the last time in the last race here on this opening night. And up front, Tony McCoy going for the 4-timer on Fongoli. Right behind is the favourite, Kierkegaard. Right behind is Minder on the inside. Then being bustled along is Grey's Island. Then comes Rebel Without a Cause. And behind this is Grey Cliff. So coming back towards us, half a mile left to run. And Fongoli has the lead. In the red colours, Kierkegaard. On the inside in the green sleeves, Minder. Up on the outside in the checks, it's Grey's Island. And these 4 now beginning to go about 3 or 4 lengths clear. Here they come down the home straight. They've got 3 left to jump. The red colours, Kierkegaard comes to the front, the favourite. On the inside, it's Fongoli. Right behind in 3rd is Minder. Running a big race is this Grey's Land. We've got 4 in line. Here they come down towards the second last. Fongoli on the right. Kierkegaard in the middle. Stand side, we've got Grey's Island. Right behind in 4th, we've got Minder. This is 2 out. And Kierkegaard, Fongoli on the far side. Stand side, Grey's Island. And there's just less than a length between them. Tony McCoy goes for the 4-timer on Fongoli. Right there as well is the favourite, Kierkegaard. Here comes Grey's Island, stand side under young Peter Toole. This is the final flight, final race tonight. Over and together, Fongoli on the far side, Grey's Island this side. It's Grey's Island and Fongoli. Fongoli on the far side. Grey's Island wins it. Fongoli is second. In 3rd is Kierkegaard, and a long gap then to the 4th horse. That's Minder.
AP has been denied his 4-timer with Grey's Land for Bill Turner, ridden by Peter Toole, who's pretty highly thought of. In fact, I think he's based for Charlie Mann, isn't he, Peter Toole?
Yes, he is, and he's a really good young rider as well. And he'll take a lot of heart from this, because this is one of the videos where DVDs you'll want to keep beating the champion jockey in a close finish.
Who's beaten the champion jockey, albeit narrowly. In fact, narrowly makes it even more satisfactory. Will really want to remember that moment.
Yeah, he will, and I'm sure that is definitely one he'll keep, and it's a photograph he'll have hanging up on his wall for years to come.
What a good race, though.
It was a very competitive race with 4 of them in line, jumping the 3rd last, and gave all of them a chance. AP's he's given everything on his horse. A little bit keen early on, which mightn't have done it any good, but stays well. Brendan Powell's team again in good form, narrowly denied in 2 photographs tonight, Brendan. So he'll be unhappy but happy going back to Lambourne.
I suppose, yeah, it could be a lot worse. And half a length and 4 lengths back to the third. Key Regard came there and probably showed in front briefly, and then was brushed aside by the front two.
Yeah, it certainly was. But if you go purely on the book, that horse was beaten by Barazan down at Newton Abbot when I was walking, and it was beaten 30 lengths by that rival, which on that occasion was ridden by AP Barazan for Evan Williams that night.
Anyway, the final race of the day, we'll be giving our final thoughts very shortly. We can go back to Darrell if he's still up. You're still awake, Darrell? Graceland has won the last.
I'm still here, Robert, yes. Yeah, I didn't start until about 5:45 this evening, so it's not been a bad day, really. Well, it's a great ride, though, wasn't it, from Peter Tall? Fantastic. Very confident ride to get the better of Tony McCoy. Graceland wins at a nice price, 18-1, beat Fongoli 5-1 in second, and Key Regard, the 7-4 favourite, back in third place. So there we are, that is day one all over. I think it's been a brilliant day, hasn't it? But here's a man who can tell us more, of course, because he's been there almost from the crack of dawn. He was certainly there when the gates opened at lunchtime. Robert Cooper.
Welcome back for the final time on this first day of Has Been Racing here at Ffos Las, and the crowd are going to be going home. I think they're going to be going home pretty happy, because I have spoken just to loads of people, and they said that the grandstand viewing's been good. You can get a bet on pretty well. Maybe they could do with a few more tote windows, but I'm sure they'll put a few of these teething problems right. And I think the racing has been very, very exciting and, you know, reasonably good quality, really, for this time of year.
Yeah, but the great thing for them is that the feedback from trainers, jockeys, stable lads as well, has all been very positive, and that's what you want on your opening night. You don't want any hiccups, anything major to go wrong. You want all the jockeys to come here and want to come back here, and all the trainers to support it by running the horses.
And it's been good for Wales. Evan Williams had a winner. He had the first winner here at Ffos Las with Plunkett. There's been a winner for Peter Bowen. He's going to be sending loads of horses here. And of course for Champion Jockey, who has an enormous following with, well, not only regular punters, but, you know, just occasional punters, and 3 winners for him, nearly 4 winners. I'm sure has sent a lot of them home very happy too.
Yeah, and don't forget Mike Harrigan's winner as well, given a good ride by Andrew Heskin. So, you know, we've had Irish trained winners, English trained winners, by an Irishman, I might add, with John Joe O'Neill.
Yes, he certainly is an Irishman. And I think it's been a great evening for Di Walters, because the Walters construction firm, they, you know, built this track, his own firm. It was his idea to have the track here, and some people must have thought the man must be completely barking mad, especially in these reasonably hard times of recession. It's quite a brave move. Maybe that the recession hadn't really bitten by the time the plans had been hatched. But anyway, it's all come to fruition. I'm sure there's going to be loads of more racing here. I'm going to be coming. It'll be interesting what the reaction from the flat boys will be when we have flat racing here next month.
Yeah, I think it, you know, once they come here and ride on the track and they'll realise how good it is, I think we can only take masses of positives away from what's been a great evening this evening, and hopefully all the flat lads will think the same.
Oh dear, the old helicopter's left without me, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to wend my way home very slowly in the old motor. You're heading across to Ireland?
Yes, I am, going home to see my family. So
good, we'll have a very good time. We'll see you again soon. And I'll see you again soon as well. And it's been a really enjoyable evening at Ffos Las, and I hope you've enjoyed it too.
Thank you very much to Robert, and indeed to Mick Fitzgerald. We hope you've enjoyed the evening's coverage, the very first day at Ffos Las. And as Robert was saying, their next meeting, which is at the end of next month, is on the flat, of course. They are very much a mixed track, National Hunt Racing and flat racing. Now, good time to get involved in the programme tonight. We've got American racing coming up from about 10:15, of course. So if you fancy getting involved with maybe a few thoughts on the American action, studio at atheraces.com. The text is open as well on 89415 from the UK, 53415 from the Republic of Ireland. Don't forget, of course, the review coming up, the Royal Ascot review in a moment. This is what's going to be happening American racing-wise. So from 10:15, just 3 tracks we're concentrating on. Belmont Park, Louisiana, and also Presque Isle tonight. And we've got one race from Belmont, which will be the final race. I think that's hopefully about 10:17, something like that. Should hopefully get that one in. And also the first action from Presque Isle, and a couple of races, all being well, from Louisiana as well. Of course, American racing will continue. Remember that after 11 o'clock this evening. First place spot in from Ffos Las tonight. It's paid rather handsomely You'll remember this if you had it, £843 and 30 pence. So a nice return as far as the place pot goes at Ffos Las tonight. Now, the Royal Ascot Review that is coming up very shortly. We'll be looking back on day 3. You can see the best of all the races and indeed the interviews as well. Catch up on all the highlights. Not going to spoil it if you somehow have managed to avoid not knowing the results. Wouldn't dare spoil it for you. So that is coming up in just a few minutes.
Chased hard by Raven's Path, and it's free Group 1 for Henry the Navigator. Well back, Duke of Marmalade, third minute point for Johnny Mercer, and all of them are Group 1. Digging in, Las Flashes is seeing it out stronger. Kingsgate Native, exit on the Jubilee, and they storm clear, and it's 3 Gold Cup for Yates. They came.
Nicole Darganay over and clear. It's done with the leader.
And while you saw...
has now kicked and taken...
90th minute retaining...
They conquered.
Go Native just...
Weapons Amnesty who wins this great...
Gardsham Petres. Cooldown is going to stay on strongly to win it.
Did you back the 9 Irish train winners at the 2009 Cheltenham Festival? Be informed. Watch Irish racing live on At the Races, Sky Channel 415 and Virgin Media 534.
Bet365, your odds-on favourite.
Our customers really love their gardens. Right now at B&Q, selected garden furniture sets and barbecues are half price. Like this Vicenza furniture set. And this New York gas barbecue with side burner is under £124. Get out there and enjoy your garden. It's what it's there for.
We don't want you to be the grumpy man who never signed up to be one. We know you don't really want to beat the system, just want it to work. We don't want you to be sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. We don't want to treat Tom like Dick and Harry. At AXA, we're changing the way we do things. Let's make a stand.
If you don't use your printer because the ink costs too much, then what's the point in having a printer? Switch to a Kodak all-in-one printer, and on average, you'll save £75 a year on ink. See how much you could save at printandprosper.com.
Ever had that feeling that your love life is spiraling out of control? You've made a life-changing decision and promised to organise a make-or-break trip to Rome, and then, at the crucial moment when you absolutely had to book the last 2 remaining flights, you suddenly lost internet connection. And then you realise that was all just a bad dream.
Nobody gives you a better wireless connection than BT Total Broadband. Stay connected. Call 0800 317 316.
Shake, Sinora, shake it all the time.
Get muchas maracas with new Lynx Fever.
At the Curry's sale, save up to £150 on all TV packages. This 32-inch LG 1080p LCD and Blu-ray player is only $549, save £150. There's also free delivery and free recycling on all large kitchen appliances $249 and over. Don't miss out at Curry's now.
If you do great city sights, there's one, and gorgeous Caribbean islands like St. Lucia and Barbados, ooh, strawberry daiquiri, That must count as one of my 5 a day. And you do a touch of adventure, but you don't do stuffy uptight holidays, then do Ocean Village. 2 weeks in the Caribbean start from just £599 per week. For a brochure and DVD, text HOLIDAY to 84880. Ocean Village, the cruise for people who don't do cruises. At all protected.
The vision is now a reality. Maydan, sponsors of Royal Ascot Phone-In.
Listen, also, people did think, Angel, that some of your behaviour in that house was a little bit weird. I just want you to have a look at this.
Wow.
Angel, she's so funny. Just the things that she does. She does, like, very crazy things. Like when she's doing that dieting and stuff. She's mad, isn't she? Yeah, I thought she was funny, mate.
Angel, I beg you, please. I have a lot of headache.
Explain that. Please tell. What was? I had a tissue at home. I was trying to wipe the television. Please tell me what.
What's about being body and being naked? I absolutely have no complex about that. And for me, I promote body, and I'm ready to undress right now in front of you. I won't have any complex. Yeah, please don't.
No.
Yes. And I think human body.
The dribbling. Tell me about the dribbling.
Dribbling is just piece of art. Yes, it's how art goes. I'm doing like art, you know, when I'm getting like high, you know, just it's satisfaction. Come on, smile. I'm
Brilliant.
the funny.
She's brilliant. Listen. You know, Noreen. The last few days, you know, you were talking about your feelings for Noreen.
Yes.
Did you love her?
Yeah, I felt it because I think so partly I failed because I fell in love slightly, and truly the picture, it was a picture of her. It wasn't the picture of other guy. Because I was very annoyed with her wearing glasses, and I didn't picture her because I was really annoying. I picture everyone, but I didn't picture her. And then pictures come, I saw the pictures, and I realized, I want to do some collage, I want to do something. And then I realized I don't have picture of her. And it was not so many pictures of her as well. And that one picture that Ffos have got was the only...
That's what you wanted. And it was the girl that you fell in love with.
Yeah, love kills. Love kills. Be careful with falling in love. Love killed me on this show, and it was
certainly did, because the act of love that you did, calling the woman that you love 3 months pregnant. Ouch! Why did you do that?
I'll tell you, she lied to me many times. I saying, Noreen, are you training? She said, yes, I'm training today. Next day, yes, I'm training today. She's not training. I was really like it was started to me painful, very painful. And I said, Noreen, just because I was trying to. The last thing just to push her to train.
Exercise has got to be attraction rather than promotion. That's all I'm going to say. Peter, talk me through why you think Angel told Noreen that she looked 3 months pregnant.
It was irony, because I didn't call people fat, sorry.
Joe, just let Peter answer.
Well, my reading of it is, as you say, you know, you had this enormous attraction for her. And I think that secretly what you wanted to do was to set up a one-to-one relationship where you were the trainer and she was the pupil.
Yeah.
But in fact, what happened is that got rejected, so you became frustrated. And psychologists have this theory called the frustration-aggression hypothesis. And I think that your frustration led to kind of inadvertent aggression. so that you found yourself saying something offensive towards her in order to shake her up, but in fact it rebounded on you. And you were surprised by the reaction.
I was as well, sorry to interrupt you, trying, because Narene's such a girl, you know, you say all the time beautiful things to beautiful girls, and I just wanted as well to check, you know, what some criticize with girls, just to check, because all the time...
But you did it quite a lot.
You look very...
Yeah, they do. They all love her in there.
Yes, but I was just trying to make something different. I really...
But you did it a lot, you know, saying that she had a big bum, and then you... I mean, it's hard on a girl.
You do something which is very unique to you. It's you know, when people are being two-faced, normally they're really nice to people's face, and then they say terrible things behind their back. You do the complete and utter opposite.
Yeah.
You say terrible things to people's face, and then you go into the dining room and you're really quite sweet about them.
I care about people I like, and for me as well, you know, it was very painful for me when she was wearing glasses, and then just the next thing, because I just care about people I like.
But yeah,
That's
but the
me.
point
That's
is,
what
she
make
doesn't
me
know
me.
that you like her. She doesn't get that from you. She didn't understand that. Anyway, listen, I want to ask you, because you've been in you've been in a house, a celebrity Big Brother house. What's the pressure like? Can you be yourself?
Well, the thing is, it was so namby-pamby when I did it, because it was the very first Celebrity Big Brother, and it was... yes, I know, but that was a completely different reason than what happened to Vanessa. But actually, what happened to Vanessa, she was going through a time in her life which was very difficult, and you are yourself. You can't be anything but yourself. So whatever we've seen on the telly, I absolutely believe this is you. Behind closed doors, this is you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anthony, you've actually said that you and Angel, you know, you have similarities. I can't see what they are, but I'd love you to tell me.
Might have to qualify that one. And I did just say, very briefly, I think she's a bit of a control freak, and I am, but mine comes out in cleaning things. So I would have been very happy to have done the washing up. I would have washed up for everybody and not complained.
But how does Angel's come out then? How do you see her sort of obsessiveness coming out?
Well, obviously, it's in the way that you are constantly working out. You're very obsessive about your face and your figure, which is your art. I do believe we're going to see you in the Tate. I think we've got Tracy M in here, Mark 2, maybe.
Definitely, I think the physicality, the exercise thing, that's an addiction for you, isn't it? Because every time I saw you, you're even sitting at the table eating dinner doing your triceps.
Yeah. Life is short.
Yes.
Make things, people. Make things.
It's not
Life
that
is just
short.
a moment. Yes.
So listen.